Police officers are often seen as tough figures, especially when dealing with suspects, but here are 10 moments that show them in a different light. During the peak of COVID-19 restrictions, a group of friends, including YouTubers, found themselves confronted by police while hanging out and taking pictures. The officers politely reminded them of the regulations against large gatherings and unnecessary outdoor activities.
Don't come out to where the furthest place where you could possibly catch COVID-19 is.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, just keep that in mind as far as like getting together and pooling in one area, because if people start calling, then we got to come up and disperse people.
Yes, sir. Understood.
So,
Understood.
It is what it is, man.
The friends, understanding the situation, assured the officers they were just passing through and not causing any trouble. They acknowledged the strange times everyone was navigating, where even simple outdoor activities required caution and adherence to health guidelines. This next guy found himself in a predicament when he realized he had forgotten his paperwork at home and was driving without a license plate due to an earlier accident.
Horsing around, acting a fool.
Go ahead, turn it off for me.
It's off. You want to pull the keys out?
Yeah. You have your driver's license?
I don't have my phone or anything on me. I have a motorcycle license and everything. I have insurance, all that.
Fortunately, he encountered understanding and considerate police officers during the encounter. She politely requested him to turn off his vehicle and asked for his driver's license and registration. Despite not having physical copies, the author assured them that all necessary documents were accessible on his phone. The officers, displaying patience and professionalism, verified the information and the vehicle's VIN number to ensure everything was in order. They acknowledged that the license plate had fallen off, but appreciated the author's willingness to resolve the issue promptly. Throughout the conversation, the officers emphasized the importance of safety and following traffic laws while appreciating the thrill of riding motorcycles.
Be careful riding this thing. Don't be doing silly stuff with it.
I got you, man. I was telling her I just freaking installed this stupid handbrake, so I'm just out horsing around on it. I should have kept it in a freaking private lot or somewhere where it's safe, not on the freaking main roads.
Because then people are gonna call, you know. And I don't want to take a fatal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Just make sure you get your license plate on.
All right.
Make it okay?
Gotcha.
Despite the initial hiccup, the interaction concluded amicably with the officers advising the author to securely attach his license plate and continue enjoying his motorcycle safely. It's important to understand that fleeing from police when pulled over only escalates the situation. In a recent encounter, a motorcyclist was stopped by a police officer for riding without proper equipment on public roads.
No, of course.
Yeah, I had a dirt bike run from me yesterday.
Absolutely not. No.
For whatever, instead of just
I would never do that.
To talk to me, you know what I mean?
Absolutely not. That's retarded.
Where are you coming from, brother?
I live just down there.
I got you.
Despite the initial concerns about the vehicle's condition and legality, the officer chose not to issue any tickets.
You know, there's no license plate, so really the biggest issue is operating an uninsured vehicle on the roadway.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna write you no tickets today, man.
Thank you.
I'm not. Do you have an ID on you by chance?
No, I do not.
You okay with giving me your information?
Absolutely, man.
Instead, he emphasized the risks of operating an uninsured vehicle and reminded the motorcyclist of safety concerns. The interaction was cordial, with the officer showing understanding and concern for the rider's safety. He highlighted the importance of compliance with traffic laws while appreciating the rider's enthusiasm for his motorcycle. The motorcyclist cooperated fully, providing necessary information without resistance.
If you get pulled over by the police or anything for some reason, don't run. It just makes things worse. I have a lot of friends that are like, hey man, if a police officer stops you, split, run. I'm like, why? I'm not doing anything wrong. It's like, just stop, have a talk, and like you just saw, they'll appreciate it because you are not running from them.
This next man was driving his go-kart on snow when suddenly he heard the car siren. Confused but curious, he pulled over as instructed.
How's it going?
It's going. How you doing?
Not too bad.
What are you doing?
I don't know, just loving the snow, I guess.
Loving the snow.
Yep.
Okay, I don't think this is entirely legal to be driving on the public road.
Okay.
Okay.
The sheriff, a friendly but serious man, approached and initiated a conversation. He asked the young man about his activity on the public road, hinting that it might not be entirely legal. The young man, caught off guard but cooperative, admitted he didn't have a driver's license, just a permit. The sheriff, maintaining a firm but understanding demeanor, decided not to issue a ticket but warned him not to drive the go-kart on public roads again. He even joked about taking a photo of the go-kart and its tracks as evidence, ensuring the message was clear without being being overly punitive. The young man, grateful for the leniency, promised to comply and drive the go-kart home safely. As they parted ways, the sheriff humorously asked to take a picture of the go-kart next to his sheriff's truck, partly out of curiosity and partly for his YouTube channel.
What do you even call this thing? Is it like a go-kart?
Yeah, it's just a go-kart.
Alright.
You mind if I take a picture of the go-kart sitting in front of a sheriff truck? Just show my buddies, or?
Okay.
Alright.
I won't be in the picture though.
No, that's fine.
You probably got me all on camera anyway.
Yeah, I do. Do you mind if it goes on YouTube? I got a YouTube channel.
The young man agreed, and they exchanged friendly banter about YouTube and keeping in touch. The sheriff even mentioned he would check out the young man's channel, KP Moto, showing genuine interest and support. In the end, despite the initial tension of being pulled over, the interaction turned into a positive exchange. The sheriff managed to educate the young man on road rules while also acknowledging his enthusiasm for go-karting.
I understand.
May I see your license, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. Hang on just 1 second.
This man nervously approached a police officer and asked if he could film him, admitting his unease around law enforcement. The officer reassured him it was fine, explaining he had only stopped him for speeding. Surprised, the man denied speeding, and the officer pointed out it was National Donut Day, suggesting it might have distracted him. The man apologized, explaining he wasn't aware of the occasion. The officer, amused, asked for his license, and the man humorously offered a donut instead.
Here you go, sir. Will this work for you? I can't seem to find my license, but...
You have a good day, sir.
They shared a laugh, and the officer let him off with a warning. The incident began when a motorcyclist decided to pass a car whose driver seemed distracted by using a phone. As the motorcyclist accelerated, the car driver suddenly woke up and attempted to race him. Concerned about safety, the motorcyclist sped up briefly, but then decided to ease off and let the car pass, preferring not to ride side by side with it, which could be risky. Throughout this maneuver, they were unknowingly followed by 2 patrol cars. One of the patrol cars pulled over the car driver, while the other approached the motorcyclist.
Oh my god. I wasn't racing or anything, I was just literally going around. Hey, how are you? No, I don't like staying between cars. It bothers me at nighttime, so that's why I was trying to get around the car and go on the side. He started going next to me fast, so that's why I let him go.
Feeling relieved but anxious, the motorcyclist expressed gratitude when approached by the officer, explaining he preferred not to stay between cars at night and just wanted to pass safely.
Slow it down for me a little bit.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
The officer, understanding the situation, advised him to slow down and be cautious due to safety concerns. The man was driving home on a quiet road where police were seldom seen. Feeling a bit adventurous, he decided to push the speed limit, though he acknowledged it's not something he would recommend. Suddenly, a patrol car appeared behind him, with another waiting ahead. He tried to speed away, but was fortunate that the officers were understanding. When approached by one of the officers, he admitted to speeding around a corner and apologized.
Just slow down.
Sorry, I was going a little faster on that corner. My bad, man.
Slow down, man. I'd hate for something to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you know how to ride, but these people don't know how to drive.
Trust me, I know, man.
The officer cautioned him to slow down, emphasizing the risk involved even though he knew the man was experienced. Grateful for the officer's concern, the man acknowledged the need for caution, especially considering the unpredictable behavior of other drivers on the road.
I mean, I'm afraid that something's going to happen, man. I'd hate to work a crash. I've worked them too many times on motorcycles.
Oh, dude, I know, man. I was in the military, so I got it.
The rate of y'all not getting hurt is very little, you know? So,
it's almost impossible.
Yeah, so just be careful, man. That's all I ask, alrighty?
Reflecting on the conversation, the man expressed gratitude to the officer for stopping him and offering advice. He understood the officer's perspective, knowing the dangers involved in reckless driving from his own experiences, including his time in the military. This man and his friends had been riding on the Tail of the Dragon, a famous stretch of road crossing North Carolina and Tennessee. On their final day, he decided to push his pace aggressively. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to him, a sheriff had positioned himself where he couldn't see until it was too late.
Oh, man.
Chris, that was about 4 curves back.
Man, how'd you get me? That's crazy.
Radar.
Is there a radar down there? Oh, you can get me from your car?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pulled over for speeding, he acknowledged the mistake and handed over his license. The officer explained the dangers of reckless riding on such challenging roads, emphasizing the need for caution due to unexpected hazards like wildlife and other road users. The man, grateful for the officer's educational approach, admitted to not having all his paperwork in order, but assured the officer he had corrected it.
Come to court.
Okay.
Don't have to pay any money.
Oh my gosh.
Going your driving record goes our driving record.
Okay.
So, I mean, not Tennessee, but in our record here.
Okay.
This one won't be a warning. It's for two things: for speed.
Okay.
Display of plate.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah. We can't read that plate from back here at all.
Yeah.
Reflecting on the incident, he acknowledged the importance of safety and vowed not to speed on public roads like the tail of the dragon again, realizing the risks involved. While riding home, a motorcyclist noticed loose screws on the road ahead. Concerned for others' safety, he turned around to address the hazard. Spotting a police officer nearby, he approached for assistance.
Somebody dropped a box of screws in number one lane.
I just saw that.
I have a magnet in my backpack. If you could give me emergency lights, I can pick them up real quick.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, let's see if we can get to it.
I figured we
called the city to come pick it up.
I just so many people crossing it. I feel bad.
You're absolutely right.
I figure we go down here and hit that turnaround and come back at them.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
He explained the situation and offered to use a magnet from his backpack to clear the screws, requesting the officer's emergency lights for safety. The officer agreed, and they worked quickly to clear the screws from the road. The motorcyclist mentioned feeling responsible for preventing potential accidents caused by the loose screws, and appreciated the officer's cooperation in resolving the issue swiftly. Reflecting on the incident, the motorcyclist emphasized the importance of taking action when seeing hazards on the road, and credited the officer for being understanding and supportive. He shared the story online to highlight the positive interaction and how a small effort could prevent inconvenience and financial costs for others. A group of friends had discovered a secluded spot they thought was perfect for practicing wheelies. However, their session was interrupted when a park ranger unexpectedly appeared and caught them mid-wheelie. The ranger, though understanding, cautioned them against such maneuvers, emphasizing the risks involved.
Sir.
Not bad. Probably maybe not on a county road.
Yeah.
Wheelies and running.
Yeah, I know.
Lane.
Yeah, it's just.
Respecting the ranger's advice, the friends decided to leave and began searching for another suitable location. They politely asked the ranger if he knew of any other areas where they could practice safely. They explained they were mindful not to perform wheelies when cars were nearby and were simply trying to enjoy their hobby responsibly. The ranger explained that the area they had chosen, despite seeming quiet, was actually quite active due to nearby recreational activity.
It's a lot of activity because of the ski area up there.
There's a ski area.
Cross-country ski area.
Oh, cross-country. Okay.
Especially this time of the day, they're coming up and going down.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been a few, but when we see them, we just pull off, let them all go by.
Well, all I'm saying is be careful and probably not the wisest in some respects.
He suggested they find a more appropriate place, possibly a parking lot where they wouldn't disturb others or endanger themselves. Appreciative of the ranger's guidance, the friends thanked him and left to continue their search for a more suitable spot. They left with a renewed sense of caution, understanding the importance of practicing their hobby in a safe and responsible manner, respecting both their own safety and that of others around them. And that's it for today's episode, but if you want something more intense now, then you should check out this video at your right hand side.